Hi photographers, are you struggling with finding clients who are obsessed with what you do and want to book you for you? Does your Instagram looks like a mishmash of different styles and different images? When people ask, what do you do for work or what kind of photography do you say a little bit of everything? Do you say yes to any paid photography opportunities, even if it's not the genre that you normally do? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, this podcast episode is for you. Welcome to Ksenia Pro Photography Podcast. I'm Ksenia Pro, your host, and today we'll be talking about niching down as a photographer and why it was the best thing I've ever done in my photography business. But before we jump into the episode, I wanted to thank you for listening to my podcast or watching me on YouTube channel. And if you want to connect more with me, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Ksenia Pro Photo or at Ksenia Pro Education. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ksenia Pro Photography. If you're interested in photography and business education, make sure to check out my website, KseniaProEducation.com, and learn more about current courses and mentorship opportunities. All right, let's talk about niching down as a photographer. And by niching down, I mean focusing on one main genre that you're gonna do and you're gonna stick to and becoming an expert in that specific genre and developing your style as well. Today, I just want to help you understand the whole concept of having a niche and how it's going to help you get more ideal clients who are going to book sessions with you, but also focus your resources and do more of the things that you love the most. So when you have a niche, when you specialize in some specific genre of photography, there's like so many things that's going to happen for you that's going to help you grow. Well, first of all, when you have a niche, you do ideally what you love the most or what you're best at. And also it's much easier to become an expert or become the best in your area in that one genre, in that one thing, because you're gonna practice, repeat, and focus on one type of photography. You will also grow much faster and improve your specific skills when you're working in that one genre. From the marketing perspective, it's also becoming much easier because you're gonna be promoting that one type of photography. So you're gonna be speaking with one specific client. It's much easier to define your ideal clients when you're actually focusing on one type of photography that you're gonna offer as your main service. Also, you're gonna get known and become very recognizable as a brand in your local community and online as well if you have a specific type of photography that you do the most, and you're also gonna develop your style over time within that type of photography. For example, I'm a maternity photographer. I mostly post maternity photos, so I'm known as a maternity photographer. And also within the genre of maternity photography, I have my own style and my own voice. So I do luxury maternity photography, which is mostly studio nowadays, and I kind of bring the elements of fashion to the world of maternity photography. And it's an instant reminder about me and my brand. Also, when you have a niche, the nice thing about it that you're not going to be competing with everybody else in the area. You're not going to be competing with every single photographer. You're only going to be competing with other photographers within your niche. For example, if you're a baby photographer, then you're only going to be competing with other baby photographers. If you're a wedding photographer, you're only going to be competing with other wedding photographers. But also, remember how I said you have to develop your own style within your niche, and that's going to set you apart from other photographers in your area. And also, like I said, it's easier to market because you're speaking to one ideal client that you can define, like who would be your ideal client, who would buy this service, who would need that service from you. And you can fine-tune all of your marketing efforts to serving and like attracting that one dream client. So it's much easier than doing, different types of photography and trying to attract multiple audiences. And if you have a niche and you're an expert in that niche and you can create the best images compared to other photographers within that niche, and also you're providing the best service, guess what? You can charge much more than everybody else because you're a specialist. And when people are looking for the best experience or the best quality, they tend to choose a specialist. Yes, some people will go to, just any local photographer who does weddings and babies and everything else and get their maternity pictures done. But there are clients who are looking for specific type of images or specific style or they want just the best quality, and they know that if I do maternity photography, I have like 5 sessions a week, for example, that means that I know how to do maternity photography and I'm experienced in that field, and I'm going to give them the best experience and the best images. Okay, now you know about all of the benefits of actually niching down as a photographer, and now let's talk about how to pick your niche and how to niche down. So ideally, when you're thinking about what type of things you want to specialize in, think about the types of photography that you either love the most, so you're very excited about doing, for example, newborn pictures, or you're best at. So maybe you're best at like posing women, then think about like some type of photography that centers around like working with women specifically. So it could be maternity, it could be kind of like glamour type of shots, or anything in between. If you love working with kids and you're best at working with kids, look towards like either family photography, or maybe you will be doing just children, or maybe you're doing like moms and babies type of thing. So those are the things that you can focus on. And now once you have an idea of what your niche might be, you need to look at your market, look at the other photographers, what they do, how much they charge, what type of images, what type of editing they provide within that niche. For example, if you want to become a family photographer, look at all the other family photographers and see who does lifestyle. Somebody maybe do more like a high fashion type of family photography. See which style you kind of like fall into, or look for gaps in the market. Look for photographers or like types of things that are not offered in your community, in your local service area. For example, maybe everybody is doing family sessions outside, but you do offer studio sessions, and that's how you're gonna be different. So look for those little things, how you can, set yourself apart from other photographers in your local area. Then, if you don't have your portfolio yet, this is the time to either build it or revamp it, because you may be switching from, for example, doing weddings to doing newborns and maternity. Obviously, you probably don't have that much of your portfolio. You might have some, but also you need to build your portfolio with that specific style that you defined for yourself. And even if you don't have a style defined just yet, just think about, how you want the images to look like. Do you want them to be bright and airy, or do you want them to be kind of like dark and moody? And think about like where you want to photograph your clients. Is it going to be outside? Is it going to be a specific location, for example, the city, or maybe somewhere in the nature? Or you want to offer more of a studio sessions? How do you want to style them? All of that will define your style within that niche, within that genre that you're going to be working on. And you need to start scheduling sessions that are styled specifically for that genre. So if you can't find paid clients, use just friends, family members, or offer free or semi-free photo shoots with the intention that you're gonna style the session. So you're gonna tell them what to wear. You might even provide the wardrobe just to make sure the images look exactly like they want them to look, so they can attract your dream clients later on. Then once you have some body of work, I want you to start posting those images online on social media on a consistent basis. So all of your marketing, all of your social media marketing looks consistent, and you're using that style of images that you want to create for your clients. And while you're doing that, by practicing and portfolio building, you're actually going to become better and better in that genre that you selected. And I want you to start switching your social media content and the images on your website every few months, just to update the new type of images that you're offering. That's how you kind of like narrow it down to like the best images from your portfolio from that niche. So within the first few months, you can build a new portfolio that you're gonna offer to clients, and you will see how people are responding. Maybe more people will be finding you that you actually love working with. That's the best thing. That's kind of the goal. That's the best thing that can happen to you. And once you have that all figured out, also think about additional services that you can offer in conjunction with the photography genre that you're working with, your niche. For example, if you're doing maternity photography, can you offer also baby photography that goes kind of hand in hand? So that's going to be, even though your main focus is still maternity photography, the baby photography genre would be just like an addition or like an extended service. Or for example, for me, I don't want to do baby photography. I don't want to learn. I mean, I kind of know how to pose babies, but I don't have a lot of experience, and that's not what I want to do and how do I want to spend my time and energy. So I partnered with a newborn photographer and we work together as a team. So all of the clients stay in-house and everybody's happy. Also, you can offer additional services like dress rental, hair and makeup. So bring those additional creative people on board so they can help you create better images and also provide more service for your clients. And finally, I wanted to answer a question that I hear a lot from my students, and they ask, can I have multiple niches? And the answer is yes and no. So, like I said, you want to have one main genre that you're known for, which you're gonna be recognizable. But can you do other things? Yes. So, if you need to do other types of photography that are not related to your main genre, just to make money. For example, you don't get you just switching to doing maternity photography, but you don't get a lot of maternity sessions just yet because you're literally just starting building your portfolio. Can you do other types of photography? Of course, if you need to get paid, go do some other things. Just don't use it for your Instagram content as much, or don't post it on your website. Try to focus on the main genre that you're trying to promote and become known at. But however, at some point, once you're getting more business as a maternity photographer, you just want to say no to the rest of the things and focus your efforts on providing the best maternity photography experiences. Now, on the other hand, if you are a maternity photographer, can you also be a family photographer or a baby photographer, for example? And the answer is also yes, you can. And that's what I do, for example. So my main specialty right now is maternity photography. However, I still do branding photography, mostly for female business owners. I also do family photography on Mommy and Me for those clients who did a maternity photography with us and we just want to keep working with them. We also offer newborn photography, but I don't do it specifically. You know, I partnered with a newborn photographer, so we offer that as a studio. But if you think about all the different things that I do in my business, it looks like I do a lot of different types of photography, but at the same time I serve that one client, which is a woman, and it's a certain type of woman. I serve her in different stages of her journey. She could be a mom, she could be a new mom, then she could have, a growing family. So for the new moms, we do maternity and newborn photography. For the growing families or somebody who has older kids, we do family photography, Mommy and Me. I also do magazine style portrait session, which is like a glam sessions designed for modern day women. So those are serving those women who want something for themselves, something special, something extra, that experience where they want to feel beautiful and strong and encouraged. And I also offer branding and headshot photography for professional women or those women who own their business. And oftentimes I would serve one client. She would come for a maternity session, for example, because that's my main branding and marketing. This is how we attract most of our clients. But then once she has the baby, and maybe in a couple of years from then, she would come for a family session, or she opens her business, or she needs updated headshots for her work. She would come for branding session with me because she loved working with me and she sees my portfolio on the website. She knows that I do other things as well. Or maybe they would come for a magazine style photo shoot to celebrate her 40th birthday. So this is not uncommon for me to keep working with the same families, the same clients. They just keep coming back for different types of things. With that said, I still don't offer wedding photography, engagement, couples. I just say no to all of these inquiries. I'd rather send them to somebody else because I'm focusing more on session photography. I don't do any events. I just want to focus my energy and even the type of equipment that I use. I don't want to keep purchasing different, new types of equipment and carry it around if I want to do other types of photography. That's how I preserve my resources and I use them wisely so I can actually get the most out of what I have. And also, I want to focus my energy on promoting my business within one main genre, which is luxury maternity photography and everything that comes around with it. So hopefully this episode will help you identify your niche and see how you can niche down and what do you want to focus your resources on so you can become a better photographer and a better business owner. If you want to connect with me, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Ksenia Pro Photo or Ksenia Pro Education. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel at Ksenia Pro Photography. And if you're interested in photography and business education, make sure to check out my website, KseniaProEducation.com, where you can see all of the current online courses and coaching opportunities with me. All right, that was all for today, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.